Good morning, Libra, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Will's Cartomancy Tarot. What I like to do is go on and get you in another romantic reading, which is valid until the end of this month. And ladies and gentlemen, I will be posting another reading for you guys shortly, okay? So let's go on and get started. I've decided to go on and use my Lenormand's deck that's already shuffled and illustrated as we see here, in addition to a additional oracle cards to just give you a bit more part and advice into your situation. And if this reading resonates, go on and give it a big thumbs up. If you've yet to subscribe, Libras, please take a few moments to do so now. So let's go on and get started. I'm just going to look at a few or make a few general observations prior to getting into your reading with these cards of the people that I'm kind of seeing coming towards you. I'm kind of seeing a very tall individual, okay? An individual who appears that they have a problem kind of settling down. I'm seeing a possible felon or someone who is very deceptive or even a liar. Okay, I'm seeing an alcoholic or someone that's using a bit too much substance or either drinking too much in some way. I'm seeing a person that appears to be very business oriented that's coming towards you, as well as for some of you, possibly this person may even be of foreign descent. Okay, it seems to be more of a long distance or an internet type connection that some of you may have, and I'm feeling the person very strong and very controlling. Okay, so let's go on and first just go on and just examine what I'm seeing here in terms of or looking at your bottom card here, and I'm going to give you some more specifics into your situation. We have that flowers card there, and with this card, Venus rules this card and is associated with earth signs. Okay, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgos, and it's all about happiness, joy, and wishes come true. So this is a very good energy to have at the bottom of the deck that kind of shows that if you really kind of be patient, it's kind of urging you that if you remain patient, a happy turn of events is to be expected, and the relationship looks like it will flourish, just as with these flowers here. And the person might even be a barber, a hairstylist, works in medicine, or does something with makeup. I'm kind of feeling when I'm looking at that card here. Okay, so let's move right along and just go on and examine, ladies and gentlemen, your next card there. And I'm just feeling to, just looking at this next card here that we have here, we have that stork card. Okay, and both Jupiter and Uranus rule this card and is associated with water signs, Cancer, Pisces, and or Scorpios. And this card, as you would think, is all about movement, transitions and renewal and changes. Usually those, ladies and gentlemen, of a very positive type nature. So this card certainly says that, you know, you've been a bit restless and kind of ready for a change romantically, particularly, you know. And since this card, it looks like he's kind of pointing or facing towards the right. It shows many of you being rescued from a romantic struggle, if you will. And it represents a repeated type of occurrence, perhaps with someone with whom you've already been dealing with, or someone that may have been estranged that may be coming back again. So I feel a lover again from your past will be returning, and many of you might even, with this card, you might even decide to become a bit more serious. Okay. Now let's look at your next card here. We have the Snake card. Okay. So Mars and Uranus rules this card, and of course, this card is all about tricks and manipulation, cheating and deceit. And it shows a very abusive type person that may have entered your life or was around you in the past. Okay, stealing and lying. I'm seeing very strong dark features. Perhaps slim, a sweet talk. So we have both a tall as well as a slim type person. Okay, I'm seeing the taller type people that seems to be showing up in your reading. According, this could be, for a woman, taller than average, and of course for men, taller. And the person appears to have been, I'm feeling, a backstabber, if you will, when you're kind of seeing that card there. Okay. So moving right on to your next card here, there is the Fish. And what I'm going to do after examining your cards from your past, I'm just going to synthesize or blend the meanings together to just give you a coherent message of what I'm kind of seeing that you may have already experienced or might even be in the process of experiencing. So we have this fish card there. So Jupiter and Neptune rules this card, and this card is all about, money, business and independence. So it certainly shows this individual as being very business oriented, self-made, independent, might even be an investor of some sort. But I'm seeing dark gray or brown type hair. Okay, with this card. So why don't we just go on and just synthesize your past here, because your heart card is your significator. So let's go on and combine these cards to just give you a message here. So it looks like that some of you really desired a change in your relationship and you kind of wanted to move forward, but it looks like a romantic setback of some sort happened. Perhaps betrayal, jealousy, cheating. And some of you felt, I'm feeling, the relationship was a lie or either, in fact, one sided, you know, and perhaps desired a more open type relationship so you could be freer. I'm feeling okay. So let's go on and look at the cards that we have here that's showing for your future. Okay, and you have very, I'm seeing very positive cards here. You have that ship card. And with this card, ladies and gentlemen, Jupiter rules it, and it's all connected with fire signs Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, and is about travel, movement, adventure, and certainly transitions. So, as I said, the person that you're concerned about appears to perhaps even be from a distance or in a foreign country. They could be Asian, African, or even of Mediterranean descent. Perhaps a sailor, a travel agent, even works in the marine. Or I'm seeing very exotic dog type features of the person, and even olive skin of the person being a bit impulsive. And they're very nicely built, I'm feeling, and they could even potentially work in the travel industry or maybe shipping or trucking or outsourcing or things of that nature. Okay, and let's move on right on to your next card here, and we have the woman card. And ladies, this could represent you, or it certainly could represent the female in the male's life that seems to be from a distance or perhaps of foreign descent, someone that it seems as you guys are going to be making some movements towards traveling, soon, that I'm kind of feeling there. And um, last but not least, we have the bear card that sits up there. So, with this card, and of course, getting back to that woman card, it represents an air type sign Libra, Gemini, or an Aquarius. Okay? And it could, like I said, represent, a woman that you gentlemen are meeting, or it could even, in fact, represent you ladies. Okay? So, let's move on to this last card here. We have the bear. And with this card, Jupiter rules this card and it's connected with earth signs Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. And it shows, or this card is all about power, strength and financial matters. So the person might even be involved or does some work with the government or politics of some sort, or might be a director, a judge, or an entrepreneur of some sort, or even, in fact, an older woman it could even potentially represent. But the person appears very athletic, kind of stalked. And I'm feeling perhaps that they could even potentially work in a food and beverage type business. But in any event, they appear to be very overbearing and kind of protective. Okay, so let's go on and just consolidate these cards to just give you a coherent message of what I'm kind of seeing coming for you in the future. So in the future, ladies and gentlemen, I see some of you kind of taking a vacation or kind of going on a romantic excursion with someone, perhaps from a distance to perhaps try to rekindle things, and some of you might even meet someone new. I'm feeling, there's a chance of meeting someone older, I'm feeling, you know, and all of this is going to combine and just result in a very nurturing type relationship. So it seems like that you guys are moving towards, a better experience, when it comes to romantic situations. So let's go on and examine these additional oracle cards to just give you a bit more parting advice into your situation. We have the talisman there. So with this card is certainly all about wisdom. And when we recognize or when we are aware of certain things that are going on in our lives, we are familiar, we become familiar with various traps that we could kind of, step onto. So this card is kind of asking you to kind of recognize the traps and try to avoid them, okay, with this person. Okay. And it also is kind of suggesting to you that once again, if you be patient, great fortune really, kind of waits for you, and you know, now you're seen to be at a place where you kind of know what to do. And this card is telling you that your choices are right at this time. Okay? Let's go on and just look at this next card here. We have the Magical Map Shifter. Okay? So this card is kind of telling you that because one of the things, the key things with this card, it certainly comes about and it has a very important message to you or mission. It kind of make you aware of the impact that you kind of impart on other people, you know? And it kind of shows that with this card, you certainly are going to be meeting your soulmate with this card. And it's kind of inviting you to kind of be the best that you can be, you know, and pay attention, you know, to those that kind of, you know, come across your path, you know? Very, very positive, you know, type card that I'm seeing here. And last but not least, we're going to go and examine these other additional cards that I have here for you. We have Teach. And with this card, ladies and gentlemen, it's certainly all about, you know, once again, reflection and wisdom, you know? And it kind of, you know, tells you that it's kind of time for you to recognize your opportunity, you know, to really assist others, you know? And it might even be you, you know, and to just, you know, perhaps you might be dealing with someone who might be an inexperienced, or you yourself might be an inexperienced, and it's time to really listen to what the person has to say. Um, and I'm kind of feeling too that with this card is, I'm kind of feeling also is that you must kind of remove your blindfolds when someone is just trying to help you, you know, kind of get out of darkness, kind of with this card here. And ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, we're going to go on and looking at your last card here. We have Helpless and Hopeless. Okay, so this card is certainly all about restrictions and obstacles. Okay, so while you know this might kind of you know scare you in some way or seems a bit you know melancholy, it kind of gives you a wake up call to kind of adjust how you approach your romantic situations. Okay, and it kind of tells you that you know if you have been feeling that obstacles have been in your way or preventing from you from kind of getting what it is that you want, you and some of you might even think that your situation is hopeless, but all that is really urged for you to do is to kind of have the willingness to kind of you know take actions about your situation. You know really sit back and evaluate your current situation and see what you can do to better it. So, Libras, this is what I have for you. I certainly hope this reading has offered food for thought. I certainly look forward to hearing your comments. And once again, if you've yet to subscribe, please take a few moments to do so now. If this reading resonates, please go on and give it a big thumbs up. If you'd like a more personalized reading, you can contact me at WAT61073 at gmail.com. And again, happy birthday. Thank you.